They sent us to retrieve documents from an abandoned facility, but when the first of my men dropped, his blood didn't spill. Instead, wires burst from the floor and dragged his body away. That's when we realized we weren't soldiers on a mission. We were part of an experiment. My name was Sergeant Leon Vargas, Unit 9, Northern Recovery Division. The year was 1945, the last days of a war that had already taken everything from us. What we were fighting for no longer mattered. Orders came, we followed. They deployed us to a place the brass called Red Zone, east of the front line, off every official map. They said it was a lab, abandoned. Enemy researchers had fled. Our mission, infiltrate the site, recover any intel left behind, and return by extraction in 48 hours. Simple, right? 8 of us, armed, trained, broken, but breathing. No one told us why the last 2 squads sent in never came back. We traveled in trucks across cracked dirt roads, through burned-out forests where birds no longer sang. The air grew colder, heavier the closer we got. By the time we reached the coordinates, the sun was setting. That's when we saw it. A rusted steel door built into the side of a mountain. No markings, no guards. Just one thing. It was already open. The inside was worse than we expected. Dim lights flickered. The air stank of rust, oil, and boiled flesh. The layout didn't feel military. It was more like a hospital or a slaughterhouse. Stainless steel tables, blood-stained curtains, mechanical arms hanging from the ceiling like surgical spiders. Everything was still warm. "Where the hell is everyone?" Ramirez muttered. We searched room after room. No bodies, no bullets, no sounds, only scraping, metal on metal, deep below us. That's when we found the first body. We thought it was a statue at first, standing motionless at the end of a hallway. But as we got closer, we saw what it really was. A man, or what used to be one, face replaced by a steel plate. One arm ended in a massive drill. Tubes connected his spine to his legs. His uniform was patched together from ours, like someone had sewn it from multiple corpses. We raised our rifles. It moved, slow, stiff. We fired. It didn't bleed. Even after we blew a hole in its chest, it didn't drop. Only when I tossed a grenade under its feet did the thing collapse, its torso ripping apart. But its wires latched onto the walls like roots refusing to let go. Lieutenant Rivas found a black leather-bound journal in a locked cabinet, handwritten notes, pages in Spanish, German, and something unrecognizable. It was signed by Dr. Rothman, former Nazi scientist rumored to have defected. His words were manic, obsessive, talking about soldiers who do not die, organic machine integration, and something called Project SCAR. Pain is obsolete. Memory is inefficient. Soldiers must not hesitate, sleep, or resist. We remove the human. We create obedience. We weren't in a lab. We were in a factory, and the raw materials had been our people. We tried to leave. The moment we passed the main hallway again, the doors slammed shut behind us. Lights turned red. Screams echoed through the vents. Recorded voices of soldiers begging, crying, laughing. Then the power pulsed, and they started waking up. The corpses weren't corpses. Some were stitched into the walls. Others slithered on limbs that looked 3D printed from bone. Gomez was taken first. Something stabbed through the floor and pierced his ankle. We tried to pull him out, but the floor opened beneath him and swallowed him whole. Seconds later, his voice came through the radio. "I'm okay, don't worry. I'm part of it now." Only 4 of us left. We fought our way down to what seemed like the power core. Inside were dozens of hanging bodies suspended in glass tubes filled with black liquid, all in various stages of mutilation. Some were missing limbs. Others had gear embedded into their skulls. But one tube stopped me cold. It was me, my body, stripped, open, breathing, and hanging from my neck. A tag that read, Phase 3, Subject L, Vargas, Neural Link ready. I don't remember screaming, but I remember the others backing away from me. I saw fear in their eyes. They didn't know if I was still me. Hell, neither did I. Rivas initiated a lockdown override. A countdown started. 3 minutes to full facility purge. We ran. Alarms howled. The walls pulsed like lungs, and from every corner they came. Soldiers made of metal and meat. One had a speaker for a mouth, repeating distorted war chants. Another crawled on all fours, its face replaced by rotating blades. Ramirez was cut in half. Silva screamed until a syringe limb punctured his throat. Only Rivas and I made it to the exit corridor. He shoved me forward. Go! If you make it out, destroy everything. Then he turned back and sealed the door behind me. A flash. Heat. Explosion. They found me 3 days later, naked, wandering through a forest I didn't recognize. I couldn't remember my name. My file said declared KIA 2 months prior. They brought me here, this facility. No name, no location, no clocks. They say the mission never existed, that the red zone wasn't real. They show me pictures of my unit, dead, buried, long ago. But at night, I hear them, clicking, whispering, humming war songs through the air vents. And when I touch my chest, I feel something beneath the skin, a rhythm, not a heartbeat, a ticking.